Otherwise, our Senedd in Wales will be being ignored.
Brendan Clarke-Smith.
Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker, and I will always defend the right to protest, and you could say it's part of the glue that binds us together, which I'll come on to a little bit later. And recently, Unite the Union decided to picket a jobs fair, which I organised in Worksop, which I thought is quite a bizarre thing to protest against, but was well attended outside from people outside the constituency. We had people from Broxtowe Labour visiting, we had Socialist Worker, we had people busting from Nottingham and Chesterfield, but nevertheless I defend their right to do that. Not least because it helps support my pledge to increase footfall in Worksop town centre. And whilst it was unpleasant for some of the more vulnerable job seekers, it didn't put people off. Hundreds attended and many secured jobs there and then.
Socialist work.
But what I will say was I certainly will not defend, and that is mindless hooliganism, breaching the rights of others, putting livelihoods at risk, and indeed putting lives at risk. And some of the worst episodes I have witnessed involve so-called protesters gluing themselves to trains and buses. And aside from the mindless damage caused by these protesters, be it groups like Extinction Rebellion or others, we witnessed firsthand these people preventing ambulances from getting to hospitals, which happened right here at Westminster Bridge. We've also seen those blocking motorways like the M25 and preventing people from getting to work. And this coming at a time when people were desperate to protect their livelihoods in the face of the huge challenges of the COVID-19 pandemic. Our children have been prevented from getting to school at a time when their education has already been affected by disruption on numerous occasions. And I ask these people, how are you helping to protect the environment when you are stopping people from using public transport? Now, I've sadly succumbed to the parliamentary stone since entering this place, and I've been told many times that I look nothing like my official photograph on the website or indeed my roller banner, and a little more worse for wear. Yet, as bad as it is getting, I still don't quite feel the need to glue my face to the floor. As an Insulate Britain protester decided it would be a good idea, although I gather this was to disrupt traffic rather than for the aesthetic reasons that I probably would do. But it's not just roads, of course. We've seen disruption around schools and also vaccination centres, but it will be a mistake to simply limit legislation to these areas. We must also make sure we protect our critical national infrastructure, and we need to make sure this happens all over the country and in constituencies like mine in Bassetlaw. So whether it's dealing with these harmful acts by legislating to stop them being reprobates in Retford, hoodlums in Harworth, or I'm going to stop with the alliteration before I get back to Worksop, actually. But this bill will make tough action, but it will be fair action and it will make it a reality. And this, Madam Deputy Speaker, is why we should not accept amendments which water down this excellent bill.
Jeremy Corbyn.